management trainer. Ms. Nada, can you tell us more about meditation? What are the techniques of meditation, and is it simple to be learned by anyone? Even there are some people who do not believe much about these issues. They are more scientifically oriented. So is it easy technique to be learned, and is it effective on every person?
Very good. First of all, the report is very, very nicely done. And it's true that in many practices we lack focus, we lack that sharpness of understanding. Yes. When we practice our religious prayers or our daily task or mental work, and you have to have that faster reaction time, that depth in understanding. And this is not available when there is stress, because stress, there is a definition by an Egyptian surgeon, heart surgeon. He told me stress is a stimuli.
Yes.
As if stress is always something that pulsates, which prevents you from calming down, even if you intend to calm down.
Yes, it's very true. And I believe many people are practicing this, and they are
trapped.
They are suffering.
Why? Because we are not able to break through that plane where we are trapped in. That is why we need something to let us penetrate deeper levels of our mind and body, to go to quieter levels. It's like the ocean. On the grosser level, many waves. But when you dive a little, you start to enjoy the calmness of the sea and the perception of the nice things in the sea. The same thing, to understand our inner self, you need to dive within. That is why since ages they say know thyself, or go to yourself, and then this is the new trend now, even in science.
Yes.
And you said many scientific people don't believe in it, but you will be amazed nowadays that how many doctors are prescribing meditation and relaxation technique, and especially the TM technique, the transcendental meditation technique, because it is the most researched technique since ever. There are more than 600 scientific research done on it in more than 630 universities in all over the world now, and many more than 230 universities in more than 30 countries.
Yes.
Many research are coming, and they found that by calming down, your blood pressure becomes normalized. And
both the high level, the high
normalization
and the low one
of blood pressure, normalization of blood pressure. Now the U.S. Army, they are implementing it to all those who are veterans coming back from war, and now it is in the police academy. In many universities they are implemented. In UK, one school started the program. It was a private school. They implemented the meditation during the study hours.
Yeah.
They found that how much grades are higher in comparison with the national schools. Then it became funded by the government, because now they found that it is very effective. In US, there is a university. Many schools are being implementing this technique to improve mind and body correlation. And it is very simple, because you don't need much to rest. Any active state, according to physics, it is rooted in quietness. Any activity starts from silence. So to say I'm active, I'm thinking, I'm talking, so all these words are coming from silence. If we go to silence, you go to the source of thought, you go to the source of activity, and you enliven it from the reservoir of energy and intelligence. That is why anyone can think, can meditate. It is the ability, the natural ability of the mind to quiet down, and it's easier to rest than to run.
And is the tips that you can be that could be given by an instructor are easy to be implemented, or some people are not capable of doing them on the right way?
Actually, it is like any natural ability. It needs to be cultivated. Like speech, if you don't cultivate how to pronounce the sounds and the word, you will be although you have the ability to pronounce and speak many languages. Yes. So cultivating the natural ability is recommended, and we have that potential, but it was lacking from education since long. We were putting an emphasis on activity, on learning through memory, not learning through becoming. And that's why nowadays schools are recommending, as it was mentioned in the report, that it is recommended for students and for religious preachers, for religious practices, because it enhances whatever you want to do. It's like, we call it like a mental bath. You clean your mind because before you do activity, like you clean your body before you do something.
And do we feel the benefits and the effects of this meditation on both our mind and body as well? Some people are suffering from many pains and many problems, physical problems I mean here, due to their feeling of anxiety and stress, and they are reflected on their own body.
Of course.
So can we feel the difference by doing this meditation, or not to that extent?
Usually mind and body, they go together.
Yes.
What influences the mind influences the body. If the body, you feel tired, mentally you cannot function. If you think negative thoughts, your body will react to it. Now you know that negative.
Yeah.
You know, you can research that Japanese researcher who made a research about messages from water. I don't know if you heard about it. He put like unclean water in a glass.
Yes.
And he started to create some positive wording to the glass. And after crystallizing the water, he showed, when we say the word love, for example, how the molecule of the water, when it's crystallized, changes. So imagine what our thoughts are doing to our body by thinking negatively, by thinking of despair, of that things will not be good, what every thought we have, creating some reciprocal reaction from your body. So now when we take the mind, that's why this is not a physical technique, it's a mental technique. So when mind starts to experience quieter levels, means more orderly level, naturally the body starts to react, starts to cooperate positively. That is why the research shows that when metabolism drops in meditation, means the body is responding, although it's a mental technique.
Yes.
The body has no role. You're sitting quietly, closing eyes, doing nothing, just resting mentally. But the body shows deeper rest than deep sleep, and it has some implication on some difficulties of health we have. That is why cardiac association of cardiac doctors around the world, they recommend meditation to prevent cardiac heart attacks or something. And now blood pressure research has been published in all medical magazines all over the world. Anxiety, like sleeping disorder, migraines, these are all diseases connected with stress.
Yes.
So when you minimize the level of stress, naturally you will find your body is healthier. And you will be amazed. I started January 88 meditating, and I started during the period of war in Lebanon. It was very stressful, and when I started to meditate, I was amazed how much detached I was from dwelling into the negative things of war, and how my body started to change its inclination in the eating habit, in the inclination in the sleeping habit. Something changed suddenly at that time, although I couldn't follow up why, because at that time there was no communication like now, internet and